we're going to be discussing about like one of the greatest money making secrets of all time, like the kept money making secrets of all time. So when you look at like the people, the very rich guys versus, let's say, when I'm saying rich, it means like at least 100 million in their life, you know, as compared to the people who are poor. Let me just type it here. Let's say there's a guy who's poor, okay, and there's a guy who's like rich. When I'm saying rich, it means like rich, okay. So this guy over here, the rich guy, has somewhere around like $100 million, okay, and this poor guy has somewhere around like 100 grand, like at least like somewhere around like $100,000, in their bank account. So what's the major difference between like this guy, like a poor guy, and this rich guy? Okay, so the thing that I'm gonna share right now is like you wouldn't have like heard about it like previously, or maybe you've heard about it here and there, but it really makes a difference. So the thing that, let's say, if we have our body, if we have our mind, so the only, and this is one of the most important things that determines how much money that you're gonna be making in your life is this thing, guys. This little tiny part of your brain is called like the hippocampus of your brain. Okay, so how big your hippocampus is in your brain is going to determine how much money you're going to be making. I'm repeating it again, like how big your hippocampus is in your brain is going to determine how much money you're going to be making. So let's say if this poor guy, so after a lot of research, what's found that like the poor guy has a very tiny minuscule hippocampus in their brain, and this rich guy, all of them have a very large like the scientists and all the researchers, like they just found out like these people have a big hippocampus in their brain. It's kind of cool, right? So like the larger the hippocampus of your brain is, the more money you're going to be making. Because let's say if you're going to be making a lot of money, you're going to be attracting those kind of money. You're going to be manifesting all this kind of money. And in order for you to manifest that amount of money, you obviously will have like broadcast those signals from your brain, and the only thing that determines and the kind of frequency that like that broadcast from your brain is like your hippocampus, and that little antenna in your brain is called like the pineal gland. So you must be thinking like, how can we like increase or like grow or enhance this hippocampus in our brain? So there are, I'll give you like three tips or three ways, like the three ways to increase the hippocampus. Okay, so you must have seen like in the past, like the kings and you know the kings and the rich people of the society, they used to walk in nature. Okay, they used to walk in nature a lot, right? These people, they used to like ride horses, like go to the jungles, spend a lot of time in like in the nature. So I'll tell you, like walking in nature and the sounds of all those like little crickets, like those frogs, the like brooks of like the running water, these like all these kind of sounds like helps us like increase the size of our hippocampus like in our brain. So this is kind of cool, man. And so here it is. Like, let's say if you're walking in nature, you're going on the walk, you're going for a walk in the nature, you're like spending a lot of time in the nature, around trees, bushes, jungles, brooks, rivers, and you're hearing the sound of like all this like nature, like crickets, frogs, insects, that really, even the monkeys, if there, it depends on like where you're living in at the moment, this really helps you increase the size of your hippocampus, right? Now the second thing. So we have our second method, reading. Okay? So we have reading. We have reading here. Okay. you must have seen like a lot of like rich people. Even I'll tell you an example of like Alexander the Great. I've read about him that like when he used to like conquer the world, he used to go with his armies, his like his like platoon or his like he has like a walking library. You know, he was always on the move, and he had his own library with him. Like I'm talking about the Alexander the Great. You know, so this is a kind of cool. The more you read, the more you learn, the more you earn. The more like readers are readers. Losers, they don't like reading, to be very honest. The more books you read, the more it doesn't matter what kind of books you're reading. It doesn't matter if it's novel, it's fiction, non-fiction, or whatever. The more you read, the more you like the blood will flow towards your hippocampus, and ultimately the size of the hippocampus gets increases. Like the Elon Musk, the people like the richest, you name it, like the Jeff Bezos and all those kind of like people, they used to read a lot, you know. So this is one of the like best way to like increase your hippocampus. And the last one, and this is like one of the most powerful ways to increase the size of your hippocampus, associating yourself with winners. So this is kind of cool, right? This is, I'll tell you, this is one of the most powerful ways to increase the size of your hippocampus. You know why? Because let's say there is an antenna right here, right? Let me draw an antenna. Let's say here is an antenna, okay, okay, and here is also an antenna, right? This is the winner, okay, and this is you, right? Once you start associating yourself with this winner, okay, what tends to happen is that his hippocampus is radiating or broadcasting the energy, the winning energy, the winner energy. Once you start sitting with him, talking with him, associating with him, okay, you also start to like, your hippocampus will start picking up this energy, from this guy, and your hippocampus will start like increasing its size. So this is really one of the most powerful ways to increase the size of your hippocampus is by associating yourself with winners, like-minded people, getting in the rooms with people, and all those like people like say you are the average of like five people you spend the most time with, and this is why you are the average of five people you spend your most time with, because the people you are spending the most time with will decide the kind of hippocampus that you're gonna have and the kind of like energy or the frequency that your pineal gland is gonna like emit, broadcast into this universe, because his pineal gland, the winner guy's pineal gland is already like emitting or like broadcasting the energy of the winner. And once you associate yourself with this winner, your pineal gland will start to catch the energy or starts like charge itself from the energy of this winner guy, right? That's why like once you start in our past, like in ancient India and all across the world, even till this day, they say that you should be in the presence of your guru. And the reason they say is because his pineal gland will start charging or like emitting or broadcasting his energy. When you come get into like touch or like in their presence, your pineal gland will start like picking up those vibrations, those frequencies. So these three ways to increase the size of your hippocampus, and ultimately once your hippocampus increases, increases its size, it will ultimately, it's gonna make you rich, man. Trust me. Your risk taking ability and like your ability to take risks, all those kind of things, like the chances gets dramatically like increases, right? So yeah, this is it for my end. And on this channel we are like trying to create this winner effect. Once you like, even virtually, you're connecting yourself with the winners, like associating with the like-minded people, in our community here on this channel. When you start to associate with other winners, like I'm building this entire community of winners, where we like to associate with each other, we like to push each other, and at the same time we're gonna be making us like F ton of money. Also like just Comment below like what do you think about this video. Do you want if you want more videos like this, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to like share knowledge like this. So this is one of the best kept secret of making money. This is it, guys. Take